She goes 2 for 2 from the line.
And Brett, you mentioned Canada. Gulf Coast State has 3 international players on their roster, and TCC has 4. So a little bit of a stat nugget there for you guys at home.
Really from all corners of the globe, too, as Olivia Eller going to get called for the travel there. Thought she had a pass available, but held on to the ball. Gulf Coast State will get it back. Pass over to Downs, 15 on the shot clock. Here's Robinson, spins, keeps it. Now the pass inside to Downs, reverse. And Downs gets the score there. So a 7-2 lead with 7:15 to go in the first quarter for Gulf Coast State.
And that was a great entry pass and a great finish there. A well-earned 2 points for Gulf Coast State.
Anna with it. Inside to Payne. Great move inside, but can't get the shot to fall. Bracknell pushing the pace for Gulf Coast. Here's Miller. She loses the handle, but she was fouled, and they're going to say that was in the act of shooting. So she'll head to the free throw line for 2. Miller shooting just 55.7% from the line this year. This is her first. Gulf Coast State currently tied for 3rd place in the Panhandle Conference with Pensacola State. And she an air ball on the second free throw attempt, so that will draw a whistle, and TCC will get things started again. Anna from way downtown. Misfires, but an offensive rebound from Sadasia Payne, and there she does get the healthy roll. So she's got 4 points on the day. Pass into the corner. Smith, and she knocks down another 3 for Gulf Coast.
At TCC, they do not turn the ball often. They don't turn over the ball often. Only 5.6 turnovers per game, so they have to be efficient against Gulf Coast State, who turns the ball over a healthy amount, coming in at 16.3 turnovers a game. So TCC has to be able to be efficient off turnovers if they want us to keep it close in this game.
So 6:12 remaining here. Last game of the season here inside the Eagle Dome. It is sophomore night. We'll have coverage of the sophomore night ceremonies after the game. And a great block there. That came from Mayanna Garrett, just entering the game off the bench. And she wins possession back for the Eagles. Kira Mulledy also checking in. This is Denisha Bowles. Also Jatavia Holloman into the game. Divine Guthrie gets it inside. Doesn't go, but an offensive rebound. Mulledy, her shot is blocked. She gets it right back. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Pass goes to Holloman. 5 on the shot clock. Bowles with it. Comes off the screen from Guthrie. Shot goes up and in off the glass.
And that's what TCC has to do. They have to be efficient with the ball. They have to be able to get offensive rebounds. Because if they are out-rebounded, I don't think there's a good shot that TCC will be able to keep up.
That shot no good and rebounded by Mulledy, but she's trapped on the baseline. We've seen Gulf Coast State pull that out a few times. Garrett has to get that pass off before flying into the stands. Guthrie inside. Shot gets knocked away from her. And now the Commodores are moving in transition. Smith inside. Shot good from Morgan Robinson. There was no one near her underneath the basket. That pushes the lead back to 6 for Gulf Coast State with 4.5 to play in the first period. Mulledy has it, thinks about the three-pointer, takes the shot, off back iron, rebounded by Miller. Pass goes to Robinson. Now into the corner for Downs. Dribble drive. This one knocked away by Mayanna Garrett. Pass goes inside to Garrett. That one rolls off the front of the rim and rebounded by Miller. Quickly goes up and, foul called on Bowles there.
And the freshman Garrett already having a huge impact coming off the bench with 2 blocks early on here in the game.
Both her and Sadasia Payne have acted as really as spark plugs on this team. Defensively, forcing turnovers, getting the Eagles moving in transition. And that's been one of their best scoring opportunities throughout this season. Miller is back at the free throw line. Short again. We saw her go 0 for 2 from the charity stripe earlier on. Now 0 for 3 on the game. Does hit that one though. So 13-6 is now the lead for Gulf Coast State as Musharafa Al-Hassan checks in for the first time this afternoon. We'll have sophomore night men's basketball action right after the conclusion of the sophomore night ceremonies for women's basketball. So stay tuned at the end of this game. Garrett deep 2 off back iron. Smith, Cracknell hit the deck on the other end. She's going to have to catch up and get down the floor. Now it's Downs guarded by Garrett in the low post. And a foul called. It'll either be against Mulledy or Garrett. It will be against Garrett. We're live on tcceagles.com or youtube.com/tcceagles. If you watch on YouTube, you can interact with other Eagles fans in the live chat. You can also watch the game on your smartphone, smart TV, smart device, smart whatever. I like to throw it up on the big screen and watch the Eagles basketball, baseball, softball, whatever it is on youtube.com/tcceagles. You can also subscribe and hit that little notification bell so you'll get a notification every time we do go live on our YouTube channel with any of the on-field action, or on-court action, I should say. Downs hits both of her free throws, so the lead, she went 1 for 2 from the line, rather.
And Brett, what's nice about smartphones is you don't have to be smart to use them. I know that from experience.
Really simple. You just download the YouTube app, open it up, and if you're subscribed to TCC Eagles, you should see that game streaming live. Bostic's jumper doesn't go, but Divine Guthrie gets the offensive rebound and puts one up. Misses on that one, and finally Gulf Coast comes away with it. Downs, high off the glass, knocked out of play, and will stay on this side of the floor.
And the Eagles couldn't get it to go on the other end, but you love to see them crashing the glass offensively.
Yeah, got to keep creating those second chances, finding unique ways to score, being creative offensively. And a steal right off the inbound. Bostic coming away with it. 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Eagles trail by 8. Pass inside. Guthrie comes off the contact from Al-Hassan and knocks down the shot.
And that was a grown woman finish right there, that's for sure.
Used her physicality to get inside past Al-Hassan. 3 on the other end from Smith. Rolls around and in.
It seems like every time TCC is about to make a run, Gulf Coast State answers with a great 2 or a 3.
We've got a number of different three-point shooters on this Gulf Coast State roster. Bowles behind the back pass. Guthrie, a lot of contact as she went up for the shot. It was knocked back. Now she's looking for a cut from Bostic. Instead, dishes to Mulledy. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Mulledy just puts one up. Seemed a little hopeless there. That one's knocked out of play. Will be Gulf Coast State ball.
That's a nice move right there to finish inside. Morgan Robinson. There's some international players on this team, but Morgan Robinson had a nice Euro step there.
Bowles trapped with it. Tries to find Bostic. There is a foul in there somewhere. That'll be the first foul against Gulf Coast State. Going back to Morgan Robinson. Played her last 2 seasons at Auburn in the SEC. Appeared in 29 games in the 1920 season. Made 3 starts for the team in the 2021 season. A deep 3 from Denisha Bowles misfires. Downs coming away with it. Here's Cracknell. 3. Robinson. Another one.
Robinson's taken over this game early on.
She is the leading scorer for the Commodores, 20.2 points per game. Adds 7.5 rebounds and 3.1 assists to that. Guthrie, mid-range J, doesn't go. 22-8 now. Gulf Coast State leads, a little over a minute to play here in the first quarter. We've had no stoppages yet here. Imani Smith, pump fake the 3, and then Mayanna Garrett knocks the next shot away from her, and Cracknell tripped over the ball there. I think that's a travel. I think by the rules that might supposed to be a travel. Are they calling a foul?
Maybe they're calling a loose ball foul.
They're calling a foul. They're saying that was why Cracknell hit the deck. No, she clearly tripped on the basketball. Yeah, maybe it's not a travel, but it's definitely not a foul.
There was something new every day, Brett.
There was an official right on top of it. I mean, Cracknell just ran into the ball, tripped over it, turned her ankle, and now she gets to go to the free throw line. I mean, hey, more power to her. She hits both. It's 24-8 now, Gulf Coast State leading. But I have never seen a call like that. There was no contact. There was not even a TCC player even anywhere near her, really. I'm going to have to watch that back on our next commercial break as Divine Guthrie is fouled on her shot attempt. Guthrie hits that first free throw. Yeah, I'm watching it back now, and Nia Bostic hands up. Never touched her. Cracknell clearly slipping on the basketball. I mean, I'm watching it over and over. Back and to the left. Back and to the left. What an interesting decision here inside the Eagle Dome in the first quarter. So Guthrie goes 2 for 2 from the line. That makes it 24-10. Smith goes inside. Now back outside. It's Downs with it. Cracknell thinks about the 3. Now goes into the corner to Smith. Smith drives, poked away. Guthrie keeps it in play. Great defensive effort there.
If the Eagles can cut this to an 11 or 12-point lead before the half, that would be a good morale booster.
Gulf Coast State will retain possession with 18.2 seconds left. No, it will be Eagle basketball, sorry. So they'll have one more possession here at least. Try to cut into this deficit. Garrett all alone at the top of the key. Didn't show any indication that she was thinking of jacking one up. Now she'll go over to Bowles, though. Will she put one up? Steps way back. This shot, no good. And with 2.1 seconds left, we'll get an inbound here from Gulf Coast State. No, it'll be TCC ball again. So what can they draw up here? There won't be a timeout called before. Bowles takes another three-point attempt, a high arcing one off the side of the backboard, and no good. So Gulf Coast State leading this one 24-10 through one quarter to play here inside the Bill Ebrock Eagle Dome. You're watching TCC Eagles basketball live on tcceagles.com. Now into the second quarter. All 5 starters back onto the floor for TCC. Stolen away by Olivia Eller, no, but Downs runs it to regain possession. Now passing to the corner, crack now. Right back to Downs, 5 on the shot clock. That one in for Downs. So another early bucket for Gulf Coast State. Anna takes a 3-point attempt and knocks it down.
And Deontay Downs, pretty efficient scorer. Shoots about 45% from the field.
Now here's Smith in the corner, another 3-point attempt. Rebounded by the Eagles. Here's Polina. Does she have a 3-pointer in her? Nope. She'll go back to her sister Anna. Now Eller. Chambers. Polina, a deep 3. Oh, I thought that one was good. It was lined up. Just a little too much on it. Reminder that all 5 of these players being recognized tonight in our sophomore night ceremonies. That shot goes off the glass and in for Jarrells. She'll head to the free throw line for one more.
Yeah, I don't agree with that call. I thought that foul was on the floor. What about you, Brett?
Yeah, that looked like it was a good bit before the shot attempt. They'll say it counts. That one misses and rebounded by Polina. There's Olivia Eller knocking down her first shot of the game. This one, another steal for Eller. Starting to get into the groove here on sophomore night. Now Sadeja Payne, great move inside. And now the Eagles go on a bit of a run.
Like you said, great move inside. Looked like the defender needed a map.
Robinson shot no good, and Polina hits the deck hard. She was fouled by Deontay Downs.
Maybe a bit of a makeup call there.
Could be. A couple changes here for Gulf Coast State. As Jalea McCain enters the game for the first time. Stasia Payne working it in the low post, puts the shot up and hits it. The lead cut to just single digits for Gulf Coast State. It's 28-19, 7:20 left in the first half. They came out to try and trap Jarrells there. Now Robinson creates some space for herself, but the shot doesn't go. Rebounded by Payne.
And I love the idea of the full court press and the trap. Trying to make Gulf Coast State uncomfortable.
Payne going for another bucket, and she's got it. She's red hot here inside the Eagle Dome. And head coach Rory Kuhn on the Gulf Coast State bench will call his first timeout. Just under 7 minutes to play here on sophomore night. Gulf Coast State leading 28-21 on TCCEagles.com and YouTube. Back here inside the Eagle Dome. And a travel call there, so the Eagles will get it right back. They're on an 11-4 run. You can really feel the energy picking up here in Tallahassee. Polina bringing it up. Now Anna, screen set by Payne from way downtown. Anna Nicolochkina. The lead cut to just 4 for Gulf Coast State. The TCC bench is loving it. Playing great on both ends of the floor right now. Morgan Robinson, calm, cool, and collected. She's double teamed by Eller and Polina. Pass goes right back over to Robinson. She drives by the baseline. No, they're saying she's fouled. So Morgan Robinson will head back to the line, shooting 2. She is a 78.8% shooter. We'll get some changes here, some more wholesale changes it looks like. So early on, we've seen the TCC starters all get subbed out, all get subbed back in, and now we're going back to the other 5 in today's rotation. Looks like a hockey game here. Robinson misses her first, a rare miss for her. She is probably on the fast track to some all-conference and maybe even some all-American lists as this season heads towards its conclusion. She does hit her second. Now Gulf Coast State trying to apply some pressure. Guthrie gets it to Bostic to get out of it. Knocked out of the hands of Bostic and kept in play by Abby Cracknell. Robinson misses her shot inside, but now Cracknell have an open 3. Instead, she looks to drive inside, picks up her dribble, finds Diabate, who's just recently entering the game for the first time. Corner 3 from Smith. We've seen her hit a couple of those already, and then an off-ball foul, I believe, on Avalon Miller.
And great defensive pressure since the media timeout there, Brett.
Yeah.
By TCC, just really locking down, not allowing really any open shots. And if they're open shots, they're from a 3-point line, and you got to give those up sometimes.
Eagles currently down 5. But after calling this team's games all season, I can tell there's a different energy today. That floater just rims out from Bowles. Cracknell inside. Shot doesn't go, but an offensive rebound and a bucket for Miller. So lead back to 7 for Gulf Coast State. Here's Bowles. Worked inside to Guthrie. She's fouled on her way up, and she'll head to the line for one more.
It's hard to teach Hart like that there, Brett. The strict pass, you could see it as soon as she celebrated after the N1.
Yeah, Divine Guthrie started last season injured and only played in a handful of games. We'll get a timeout here on the floor with under 5 to go in the first half. Gulf Coast State leading 31-26. You're watching TCC Women's Basketball on TCCEagles.com.
Tallahassee Community College has been named as one of the top 10 community colleges in the nation. The Aspen Institute recognizes institutions from across the country that have exceptional achievements and a total commitment to improving student outcomes. The college was recognized as one of the nation's premier community colleges, eligible to compete for the prestigious $1 million Aspen Prize for Community College Excellence because of its focus on student access and success, its workforce training initiatives, a seamless and high transfer rate to four-year colleges and universities, and its many varied and productive community partnerships. This recognition from the Aspen Institute is a testament to the wonderful work of the faculty, staff, and leadership at Tallahassee Community College.
We're back here inside the Eagle Dome. It'll be Divine Guthrie shooting a free throw after her made bucket right before the break. I was talking about how she dealt with injuries last year, only played in a handful of games. But you could tell when she got back out onto the floor, she was eager to make her presence felt on both offense and defense. She's doing that already today. Hits that free throw, so cuts the deficit to just 4. And that pass goes over the head of Guthrie into Cracknell. Now Diabate, I think she was looking for a pass, ultimately takes the shot and knocks it down.
And even though they scored there, I love the pressure by Joe Cohen. It's helped them so far during this run. Why stray away from it?
Polina is back into the game for Tallahassee. Pass into the corner. Kira Mullity for 3. Hits it! Mullity with a huge corner 3. Now here's Cracknell.
Just like that, Brett, 14-point deficit's now 4.
That one knocked out of play. We'll stay on this side. Scores 33-29, 4 minutes to play. Smith drives in. Now being brought up quickly. Here's Polina inside Guthrie. She gets the pass. Doesn't get the shot to go off the glass. Garrett with another opportunity. Now here's Mullity. Her shot doesn't go. Robinson takes it inside with ease.
And nobody was home there, Brett.
Yeah, gets the finger roll to fall. You've got to get someone back into the lane to help there.
Looked like some defensive miscommunication on the rotation.
Diana Garrett pulls up from 3. Shot doesn't go. And now Cracknell is fouled. Misses that one as it bounces out. But she does hit the second. So lead back to 7. Garrett goes over to Polina. She's fouled on her way in.
And it's getting pretty physical down there, Brett. A lot of fouls here in this first half.
Now 7 in the quarter combined for both teams. Gulf Coast State with 4 fouls already, so the next one will put TCC in the bonus. Polina hits her first. Second one rolls off, no good. 3 minutes to go here before the break. Smith driving. And that one will go off the fingers of Avalon Miller, back to the Eagles.
Now, if I'm Coach Cohen, I'm considering moving to a zone here in the second half, maybe even a box and 1 to make sure that Morgan Robinson does not take over. But there's still 2.5 left here to go in the second half or first half, so we'll see.
Bostic shot. Bounces around a little bit, doesn't get the roll. And was the call there a foul? Or foul called against Divine Guthrie. Bowles comes away with the rebound. Bounce pass to Garrett. Oh, Garrett with a great move. to get past her defender, but couldn't get the shot to go. Robinson bringing it back up. A little over 2 minutes to play here. Guarded by Bostic. Over to Smith, a deep three. Nothing there for Smith, and then Polina clashes hard into Avalon Miller, and that'll be a foul.
Scared money don't make money, Brett.
It's Miller at the free throw line. She is 1 for 4 on the day so far. Does hit one there. Miller, a sophomore out of Salt Lake City, averaging 5.9 points per game for Gulf Coast State. And now this one will go back the other way, so now Eagles find themselves down 7 with less than 2 minutes to play in the half. Jackson, how important are these last few possessions that you'll have before the break to try and cut into this deficit?
Well, I'll tell you what, if you do not allow yourself to have focus during these last few moments, a 7-point lead can turn into 12 really quick. But also, if you really lock down defensively and make efficient possessions, then your morale going into the locker room completely changes. Also, the strategy completely changes. If you're only down 2, you're not going to radically change any of your game plans. But if you're down by 12, you might just have to scratch everything and go back to the drawing board.
Yeah, and it changes, I think, the halftime talk for Gulf Coast State, too. They've had a pretty healthy lead, but if you can cut into it going into the break, now you've got head coach Rory Kuhn on the other end, and Cracknell brings that lead right back to double digits. Minute 40 to go. Denisha Bowles thought about the three. Now gets it back on her right hand. Now back to her left. Spins, shoots, and rolls in. Nice move from Denisha Bowles.
Denisha from Mount Dora, Florida. Shout out to Lake County.
Yeah. Robinson with it. 1:10 on the game clock. 10 on the shot clock. She drives inside. Can't get it. Great defense from Polina. Now she's pushing the pace for the Eagles. Pulls up. And she's fouled. She'll get 3 shots from the free throw line. 3 very huge free throws here.
And we talked about lapse of focus. Abby Cracknell there showcasing that. And now TCC has the opportunity to go 2 for 1, not only with the shot, but have a chance to score 3 points with the shot, with the clock stopped.
Polina misses her first free throw attempt. She'll get 2 more. Under a minute on the clock here inside the Eagle Dome. Reminder that sophomore night coverage in terms of the ceremonies honoring TCC sophomores will occur after the conclusion of today's game. So even when that buzzer sounds, make sure to stay tuned in as we honor our sophomores here on the floor of the Eagle Dome. And then at the start of the broadcast for men's basketball, we'll honor the men's sophomores before getting into that action between TCC and Gulf Coast State. Both teams in men's basketball sitting at 5 and 6, tied for 3rd place in the Panhandle Conference. And I think the winner puts themselves in a really good position for an at-large bid to the state tournament. Now a 3 from the corner, air ball there, but kept by Gulf Coast State. 15 on the shot clock. Now another air ball. I don't know if that one was deflected or not. Quickly moving it. They're trying to get it to Guthrie. And I got to say, great hustle from Diabate to get back all the way down to the other end of the floor and deflect that pass, knock it out of play.
Had that pass gone through, that most likely would have been an easy 2. Great call.
The inbound goes all the way back to Polina. Now works it into the corner. Mayanna Garrett driving from the right wing. Puts up the floater. Little too much on it. Shot clock disappears. Gulf Coast State leading by 6 here with 20 seconds left in the first half. Morgan Robinson, I think, more than comfortable ensuring that this is the last possession before the break. Guarded by Bowles. Now under 5. She puts one up from 3-point range and hits it. And an exclamation point on what was a great half for Morgan Robinson, and it gives Gulf Coast State a 43-34 lead as we head into halftime. And Jackson, before we go, what do you think it's going to take from the Eagles to stay in this game and ultimately cut into this deficit?
Well, they've got to keep up that defensive pressure that they had coming out of that first media timeout in the first quarter. And also, they just have to finish better inside. They've had a lot of inside looks, and they've also had the ball a lot inside and tried to chuck up shots. They need to make better decision-making around the rim and realize that just because you're underneath the basket does not mean that you're in a prime position to shoot.
We'll step aside here as we head into halftime, but on the other side, we'll have all the second half action between TCC and Gulf Coast State here inside the Bill Ebrock Eagle Dome on sophomore night for both men's and women's basketball. You're watching TCCEagles.com. There we go. And we're back here on TCCEagles.com. The start of the second half here on sophomore night. Gulf Coast State leading 43-34. Eagles cut into that lead, but Morgan Robinson hit a three pretty much right at the buzzer to bring her scoring total to 13. Sadasia Payne led the way for the Eagles. She had 10, all on 2-point field goals. Anna Nikolochkina hit a pair of threes. And it looks like it's the starting five back on the floor for both teams to start the half. Is it a foul call there? Yes, looks like first foul of the half will go against Olivia Eller, her second of the game.
Coach Kuhn kind of with an interesting set there to open up the half. Kind of three girls along the right side of the paint.
There's Cracknell, drives inside, loses it, but it was knocked out of play by one of the Eagles on the floor. Cracknell with it on the right wing, now drives inside. Finds a lot of space to knock down that shot. So back to double digits. This Gulf Coast State. Polina tried to answer back with a three-point attempt. Sadasia Payne tries to keep it in play, but it goes right into the hands of Morgan Robinson.
And Payne was way out of bounds when she tried to save that ball. The ref didn't see it, but it didn't matter really anyway.
Yeah, great steal there from Payne, leaping high into the air, and she's fouled on her way back down. Reminder that sophomore night ceremonies will take place immediately after the conclusion of this afternoon's game. Eagles honoring a number of players, some of which have been on the team for 3 years now, dealing with that extra year of eligibility due to the COVID-19 pandemic.
What's that?
Polina steps back, another three-point attempt. And this one is good for Polina.
And Polina might have to step up big here in the second half in order to keep this game close.
They're going to need shots from both Anna and Polina. Really all the sophomores. Last home game in the Eagle Dome. Need to come up big here. Ciate Downs misses that shot. Now it's a tie-up between Miller and Payne. Gulf Coast State, they could potentially be playing for an at-large bid to the state tournament as well in this game.
You know, Brett, I used to be part of an equipment management team for a D1 football program, and it was during that COVID-19 season, and there were so many seniors, you know, since they had that extra year of eligibility, questioning whether they were going to do their senior night celebration or not. And, you know, a lot of them did, a lot of them didn't, but it was just kind of weird. Usually you always know when your senior night is, but for those players, they weren't sure.
That's going to be an offensive foul called against Robinson.
And we've seen the effect that that's had on college sports.
Yeah.
You know, rosters becoming huge due to, you know, 10, 15 seniors getting that extra year and incoming freshmen not being able to impact the lineup, and even sophomores as well, as much as they thought they would. I mean, it really affected everybody in the sports world, not just those seniors.
A great move from Polina, drives inside, doesn't go, rebounded Miller. But Miller trapped there by Payne. Chambers fighting for it. Morgan Robinson comes away with it. Payne back to defender, and she'll get called for the foul. Maybe a little too aggressive there from Payne.
If I'm Coach Cohen, that's what I want to see, defensive aggressiveness.
Yeah,
just the mentality of making Gulf Coast State uncomfortable can go a long, long way.
It's your last game of the year. You got to try to pull off a come-from-behind victory against a team that's beaten you twice. Leave it all out there. Try to force turnovers if you get called for the foul here and there. Just move on and make the next play. And there's a steal there. Polina hopped right into the lane to pick that one off. Gets it to her sister Anna. Finishes at the other end. And they cut the lead to just 6 now. We saw a run just like this towards the end of the first half. Gulf Coast State ended up getting some points back on that. But Eagles putting together something similar here now.
That was a great entry pass down low for that Anna Polina connection right there.
Downs jumper doesn't go, but an offensive rebound. Another shot from Al Hassan. Another attempt, and finally knocked out of play and will stay. Interesting, I'm looking at the Gulf Coast State roster, and I guess I've never realized it, or maybe I've realized it never said anything. No players were in single-digit numbers on this team.
Yeah, it's very true.
Rebounded by Bowles there on the basketball team. That's incredibly rare. Now Polina with it. Puts the shot up herself. Knocked out of play, and whoa, and they are going to say Gulf Coast State basketball. Official took a while to make that call over on the baseline, and hey, he's got a better view of it than us. So from up here, it looked like that one was going to stay. Morgan Robinson just carves her way through the Eagle defense.
And multiple times Robinson has just been able to score at will. Like I said earlier, no one at home. The defensive rotations need to get stronger.
Great move and a great bucket there from Brianna Chambers. Stepped back and took that shot confidently. So Eagles still very much alive in this game. Pass inside to Downs, and she's got another one. Bowles. Lays one off to Brianna Chambers. High arcing shot and quick 4 points for Brianna Chambers. Lead to just 4 now for Gulf Coast State. Robinson will put up a 3. Doesn't go, but rebounded by Avalon Miller. She's been racking up the offensive boards and gets a second chance bucket there.
In Tallahassee, they are hanging around. You know, they haven't allowed Gulf Coast State to go on a huge run. That's all you can ask for from this team. Just keep them around.
51-43 is the score. Downs with it, a little over 5 to play in the third quarter. Loses it in the corner. Does she keep herself in play? No, they're going to say she stepped out. Great defense from Polina there to trap her in the corner.
Well, now we have a mass substitution here. It seems like there's going to be some sort of change in tactics from Coach Cohen.
Another huge line change here. I kind of like the idea of having, you know, for the most part, the same 5 players on the floor at the same time. We've seen Polina enter this group once or twice already this game. But you can build that chemistry throughout the game. You can talk about what went wrong, what went right when you're on the bench. Then you bring the starters back in, and they're having the same conversations right now. And I have noticed today, even from all the way up here, a different energy on the TCC bench than they brought all season long. Looks like these girls are excited. It's their last home game for a lot of them. And trying to pull off a victory here. That one takes a couple of high bounces off the rim.
You got a Kawhi bounce.
Yeah, that one. You know, a very fortunate bucket there, and the lead back to double digits for Gulf Coast State. Here's Garrett. Great pass inside to Bostic, who is cutting. That shot is blocked, though, by Miller. Miller standing at 6'3". There's a huge presence there, and is a great shot blocker for the Commodores. We'll have men's basketball tipping off after the sophomore night ceremonies for both men's and women's. Scheduled for 5 o'clock, but I think it'll probably be a little bit after 5. And I don't know if the officials are on the same page here. But it will be TCC ball. Coach Kuhn on the Gulf Coast State sideline is a little perplexed. Bostic, bounce pass to Guthrie. Finds Chambers, the top of the key. Now Sadacia Payne with it. Usually looks to drive inside, loses the handle there. I'm going to say it went off her last. Here's Imani Smith. This one poked away, and a steal for TCC. Payne comes away with it. Now Bostic. 3.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Pass over to Guthrie. That jumper is good.
And great active hands on the defensive end led to that bucket. Great play defensively. And like you said at the beginning of the game, Sadeja Payne is really the defensive spark plug for this team.
Into the corner, Imani Smith. Now they work it inside to Al Hassan. But stolen away again. Who else but Sadeja Payne to bring it up quickly for the Eagles. High off the glass and in. Sadeja Payne is feeling it here on sophomore night.
And ladies and gentlemen at home, about 30 seconds ago, I saw a large bird flying over the Eagle Dome.
Another one. I just saw it. It's one of the best sights here with this dome, the white dome. That one good from Ciante Downs. It always looks cool to see the bird flying over. Probably not visible on the live stream. Polina getting ready to check back in with 2.5 minutes to go in the third. Pass goes over to Garrett. Garrett pulls up. Shot doesn't go. Offensive rebound. No, look, Sadeja Payne still fighting for it. Gets it on the floor. Gets it off to Divine Guthrie. Puts up another shot. Doesn't go. Sadeja Payne, offensive rebound. Still fighting for it. Still has it. It's rolling around. And finally, Jarrells comes away with it for Gulf Coast State. Goes down the other end and is fouled. What a sequence there, but I don't have the words to talk about the effort there from Sadeja Payne to stay with that ball. She was getting hammered from every which way, and she's gonna sub out for a little bit, and she's gonna head back to the locker room. So we'll try to get an update on her status. I'm not sure what happened, but
looked like she was grabbing her head, her forehead, as soon as she went down.
Hopefully she's all right, because she has been an absolute force for the Eagles. And Jarrells hits her first free throw attempt. This one misses, but a rebound here from Gulf Coast State. So the lead is 9 for them, under 2 minutes to go in the third. Pass over to Downs, knocked away. Miller gets it though, and then a jump ball as Chambers gets her hands in there. Gulf Coast State took the first matchup between these two teams by a score of 72-60 and 73-63 when that game was played in Panama City. Pass inside off back iron. That shot misses from McCain. Now here's Polina. She has Chambers on the inside, but she'll take the shot herself. A little too much on it. Going back quickly the other way. Here comes Jarrells. She pulls up. That jumper is knocked down. Back into double digits for Gulf Coast State. 58-47, a minute 15 to go in the third. Chambers working in the low post now. Guarded by Miller off the glass. And Brianna Chambers is having herself a great third quarter. She's got 6 points now.
And it's weird to think about. If you tell yourself you only have to score 6 points a quarter, you're averaging 24 a game. But 6 points a quarter seems pretty easy when you think about it, but it's really not.
Downs. Shot misses, but a rebound. That one goes off the side of the backboard. Another rebound. And they're going to say a foul. Avalon Miller, I thought she might have walked there.
I agree. I thought she walked as well.
But she'll shoot free throws with 35 seconds left in the quarter.
That's always a judgment call, though, because sometimes you can argue that the foul caused the travel. But from here, it looked like a walk.
Miller taking that first shot and misses another one. She's missed a few already. Lead still at 9 for Gulf Coast State. Goes 0 for 2, and the rebound brought in by Guthrie. 30 seconds to go before the start of the fourth quarter. Here's Anna over to Polina. Now Garrett was making the cut inside, loses it for a little bit, and it is Smith that comes away with it. Pass over, no, and Anna had her hands straight up in the air and called for the foul there.
If I'm Coach Cohen, I'm thinking about perhaps doing a hack of Miller.
Yeah.
Because Miller has been shooting pretty poor from the free throw line, and as we're getting deeper and deeper into the second half, TCC is going to have to take every angle that they can afford.
McCain hits that first free throw attempt, so back to a 10-point lead. She goes 2 for 2. So 60-49, 15 seconds left in this quarter. Anna with it from way downtown. Thought that one looked good, but an offensive rebound, Devine Guthrie. She is fouled on her second shot attempt.
I don't agree with that call. That looks pretty clean to me.
I like the idea, though, of Guthrie just trying to get that shot up, make something happen. I think that was her intention, was to draw the foul, instead of trying to recycle it and get something else going with only 6.7 seconds left on the clock. So she misses the first attempt. Does make the second. So 60-50 is our score now. 5 seconds left. Jarrells puts one up at the buzzer and no good. So Gulf Coast State will carry a 10-point lead into the fourth quarter here inside the Bill Ebrock Eagle Dome. You're watching TCC Women's Basketball live on TCCEagles.com. So 10 minutes of regulation left here inside the Eagle Dome on sophomore night. Eagles looking to pull off a win for their sophomores, some of them 3-year players. They've put a lot of time and energy into Eagle basketball. One last game here, Denisha Bowles, deep 2. Doesn't go, rebounded Robinson. A reminder that we'll have coverage of sophomore night ceremonies immediately after this game. Morgan Robinson gets things started for the Commodores here in the fourth quarter with another bucket. Anna works it into the corner, Mayanna Garrett. Garrett steps back, shot doesn't go, rebounded Polina. She'll dribble out and reset.
Almost looked like a hockey reset there.
Yeah.
Everybody
Get
brings
back
back, everybody comes back, yep.
Garrett, pass over to Bowles. Anna driving in, just puts a desperation shot up. Thought she might have been fouled. Hits the deck hard, but no whistle. Under 9 to play here. Into the corner, Cracknell. Now works it back to Smith.
Coach Cohen, he was getting a lot of success, at that late first quarter to the end of the second quarter with that full court press. I'd like to see him go back to that. Try to force some steals here late in the fourth quarter, earlier in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Smith hits that free throw. Now that deficit's 13. You've got to really start to pull out everything here. Pull out all the stops. Trying to make it happen. It's going to take a lot of effort from every player on this team, especially the sophomores, playing for the last time here in the Eagle Dome. That pass over to Polina. Polina drives and is fouled. So going to the free throw line. Free throws, if the Eagles want a chance here, they're going to have to hit as many as they get. Polina's first one goes off back iron. She's a 79.1% shooter this season.
Brett, that sounded like a jinx to me.
Yeah, she does hit the second. Pass quickly down to Morgan Robinson. Drives the baseline, puts up the shot. It actually doesn't fall, but Miller gets the offensive rebound, and she'll head to the line. That one goes off back iron, so lead stays at 13. Here's Anna. .15 on the shot clock, under 8 minutes to go here in the game. Anna turns, that shot, or that pass rather, is deflected. Bowles picks it up, working inside, trying to find Guthrie. Robinson comes away with the steal.
That's a great find there by Robinson down low.
Cracknell goes down the other end and scores. Now a three from Anna, no good. Polina fighting for the rebound, and then a foul called. Aisha Payne is fouled. Eagles trail by 15, 7:24 remaining.
Brett, the Eagles so far in this game have not been able to finish inside. If I'm Coach Cohen, I'm telling my players, we got to rain a barrage of threes.
Got to start hitting them too, and that free throw cuts the deficit to 14. Every possession really does matter now. Robinson over to Cracknell. Mulledy out to Garter. Pass goes back outside. Great pass to Smith. Three doesn't go. Does she get her own rebound? She does, and it's going to go off the fingertips of Divine Guthrie.
That referee right by the Gulf Coast State bench may have been persuaded a little bit there. Not saying it was the wrong call, but.
Yeah, it looked like he waited to make his call. We saw all the fingers pointing from the Gulf Coast State bench. Robinson inside to Al-Hassan. Little hook shot, falls. That's her first bucket. Lead now 16, under 7 to play.
Now easily she scored that bucket. It's surprised we haven't seen more of her today.
Swung over to Mulledy. Pump fakes on the three, now drives. Great move from Kara Mulledy.
Last time the Eagles were down by 14, they cut that deficit to 4 within about 4 or 5 minutes. So still a little hope here, still some time, but they have to be good defensively.
Cracknell with it. Dishes out to Smith, under 10 on the shot clock. Smith over to Cracknell. Three-point attempt. Off the glass, no good. Rebounded Mulledy. Now here's Deja Payne, and a blocking foul called on Cracknell.
Interesting enough, Cracknell, she had her hands up, but had she been stationary, that probably would have been a charge. But she was kind of in that action of jumping over. So a good call there by the ref.
It'll be Mulledy inbounding from underneath. She goes right to Divine. Guthrie immediately gets inside. Her shot's blocked, knocked out of play. Eagles will keep possession. Now Polina's shot goes off the glass and in.
A great inbounds play right there.
5.5 minutes left. Eagles trail by 12. Do they have any magic left? It's going to take a big comeback here. They're going to have to stop Morgan Robinson, who drives in and scores. Polina over to Divine Guthrie. Now here's Garrett, pulls up, hits that shot.
She's kind of got that low arcing shot, but when it hits that back rim, there's really nowhere else for it to go than down.
Robinson. Over to Terrells. Terrell spins, takes it in, gets the roll off the back of the rim. Payne is fouled there. Olivia Eller and Denisha Bowles getting ready to check back in. We'll get a timeout on the floor here with under 5 to play on sophomore night here at the Eagle Dome. You're watching TCC Women's Basketball live on tcceagles.com.
Tallahassee Community College has been named as one of the top 10 community colleges in the nation. The Aspen Institute recognizes institutions from across the country that have exceptional achievements and a total commitment to improving student outcomes. The college was recognized as one of the nation's premier community colleges eligible to compete for the prestigious $1 million Aspen Prize for Community College Excellence because of its focus on student access and success, its workforce training initiatives, a seamless and high transfer rate to four-year colleges and universities, and its many varied and productive community partnerships. This recognition from the Aspen Institute is a testament to the wonderful work of the faculty, staff, and leadership at Tallahassee Community College.
So it's Asia Payne at the free throw line, shooting 2. Misses the first. She goes 0 for 2. So 14-point deficit now for the Eagles. Olivia Eller checking back in, as is Denisha Bowles. I'm a little shocked to not see Anna Nikolochkina back on the floor. Devine Guthrie is in. Robinson comes off the screen from Al Hassan. The pass goes right inside there on the pick and roll, but she steps out of play.
I'm a little surprised to see there isn't really any tactical changes defensively.
Polina drives, lays off to Guthrie. Doesn't go. Fight for the rebound is won by Al Hassan. Robinson. Stolen. Her pocket was picked by Devine Guthrie. The pass quickly up to Bowles. Gathers herself, shoots, scores.
That's a great play right there to be able to stop on a dime and cut back. It's a lot harder than it looks.
Yeah. 12-point game with 3 minutes to go here. Stolen away again. Morgan Robinson, his pocket is picked by Denisha Bowles. Now Asia Payne trapped underneath her basket. And they're going to call a jump ball, which is Gulf Coast State. It'll be their possession. But Devine Guthrie with 2 back-to-back steals. Quick passes down the floor. Great defensive effort from her.
But Devine Guthrie had some divine intervention.
Yeah. Watching it back on our monitors now. Yeah, another great steal in the corner there. So it's a 12-point game with 2:40 remaining. Robinson keeping it here under 10 on the shot clock. Pass now goes inside. Doesn't go for McCain. And then a foul there will send Devine Guthrie to the free throw line, shooting 2. Eagles are in the bonus now. Hits that one. This one goes off back iron and a rebound from Al Hassan. Lead at 11. Anna Nikolochkina waiting at the scorer's table to check back in. Drells drives. Pass inside to Downs and a lucky roll there off the front of the rim. So lead back to 13 with 2 minutes to play. Inside to Guthrie. Turns, shoots, and she's fouled. Devine Guthrie having herself one heck of a fourth quarter here. Misses the first. Second one is good. And now Smith is fouled. There's a minute 41 on the clock. I'll try to give you as many clock updates as I can. Downs has it off the inbounds. Robinson into the corner. It's Imani Smith. Can't hit the three, but Al Hassan gets the offensive rebound and a fresh 20 for Gulf Coast State. Pass over to Jarrells. Now Smith. 5 on the shot clock, a little over a minute to go in the game. Downs turns. Doesn't hit the shot, and a shot clock violation called, so the ball will go the other way. A minute 1 to go, and a 12-point deficit for the Eagles.
And Brett, I believe somehow, somewhere, the fat lady's singing.
Yeah, something. It's going to be not insurmountable completely. I've seen crazier things, but it's going to take a lot here. As Bowles' shot is blocked, she gets it back, knocked away, rebounded or gathered in by Polina, stolen away by Morgan Robinson and poked out of play. So I look out on the floor, I see sophomore Sadeja Payne, sophomores Anna and Polina Nikolochkina, a couple of players that have been here for 3 seasons. Anna taking a 3-point attempt there. A lot of the effort they've put into this TCC women's basketball team. There's a trip up there. Morgan Robinson comes away with it. Payne and Guthrie out to try and trap her. It's about 4 seconds separating shot and game clock. It's been a tough season for the Eagles, but some memorable moments. Now 5 seconds on the shot clock. Gulf Coast State is going to all but dribble this one out. Morgan Robinson puts up the deep shot. Eagles will get it back with 3.8 seconds remaining. And that'll just about do it, not only on our game here today, but the season here for women's basketball. Polina inbounds to her sister, Anna. 3 seconds left. A half-court shot is good from Anna Nikolochkina as the clock expires. And although the outcome is a tough one for TCC, I can't think of a better way for Anna Nikolochkina to end her career for Tallahassee Community College. So Gulf Coast State wins this one 74-65 in Jackson. TCC went on some runs throughout that game, but ultimately couldn't get to the run that pushed them over the edge.
And they should not leave this arena with their heads held down. They fought the entire way. A great season.
So we're going to have sophomore night ceremonies right now here, so stay put. I'm going to go down and do the call on those. But this is for Jackson Bakich. This is Brett Rutherford on TCCEagles.com.
Tallahassee Community College has been named as one of the top 10 community colleges in the nation. The Aspen Institute recognizes institutions from across the country that have exceptional achievements and a total commitment to improving student outcomes. The college was recognized as one of the nation's premier community colleges, eligible to compete for the prestigious $1 million Aspen Prize for Community College Excellence because of its focus on student access and success, its workforce training initiatives, a seamless and high transfer rate to four-year colleges and universities, and its many varied and productive community partnerships. This recognition from the Aspen Institute is a testament to the wonderful work of the faculty, staff, and leadership at Tallahassee Community College.